Mondale, let me say it quite clearly. The vendors are settling. There are still some who are dissatisfied, and you will always find that we can't please everyone. After those vendors are settling, we are going to send our staff out now to look at the restaurants and some of the alleged insanitary conditions that exist and some of the complaints we have been receiving. Because with the influx of people, those restaurants will be having lots of visitors going to them to buy the different foods. And so we will have to step up on our work that we have to do in those restaurants. So we'll be sending around our inspectors now to look. If possible, you have to close them down for a while to put themselves in order. We'll be doing that to ensure that they have the food handler certificate.
Georgetown Mayor Patricia Chase Green, also speaking to Nightly News on Tuesday, was City Public Relations Officer Deborah Lewis, who reported that some of the vendors who are stall owners but were vending on the streets are beginning to heed the call to return to their stalls, while others are holding out and playing a game of cat and mouse with city constables. She advised against such practices as there are penalties for such actions. As part of the City Hall's efforts to clear the city streets of encumbrances considered illegal according to Chapter 2801, the City Hall compound is currently littered with many of the items that would have been removed from along the roadways. Not just City Hall compound, according to information given to us, but also in Princess Street at the solid waste location, there are also items that are still here. However, the Public Relations Officer, Deborah Lewis, has said that these things were not taken away from vendors, but they will have to pay a holding fee to have the items returned to them, with the hope that they will not be returning to the streets and leaving the items there. Meanwhile, aside from addressing the wanton vending in the nation's capital, Mayor Patricia Chase Green on Tuesday sounded fair warning to other sections of society as part of the city restoration efforts, with a focus on a soon-to-be enforced operation that tackles public health titled Operation Thunderbolt. This operation, aside from clearing the streets and pavements of encumbrances, is one that targets restaurants as well as vendors who sell meat and other items for human consumption. And food vendors are not excluded from the list of the targeted group in the interests of public health.
The beef and the food and so that you have exposed for sale is on the sanitary conditions. The things that you have on the ground that should not be on the ground, that should be at least 6 inches off the ground, are properly laid out. Those lawlessness that was going on will not be allowed to go on any further. So they can look out. I'm giving a warning. Persons in the market who are offering, and persons on the streets who are offering food for sale, should be looking out for our inspectors. They will be there, and they have to comply.
Additionally, Nightly News has been reliably informed that in a matter of days, City Hall is set to sign a contract to introduce metering in the capital city to address unstandardized parking. Mondale Smith, HGP Nightly News.